guys, welcome to. Whew. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a copy of E-Ticket magazine. This is an old publication that was released. This one was back in spring of 1996, and I guess it's a magazine for Disneyland. And this was gifted to us by a fan of the show who knows that we love Disneyland and especially vintage stuff. And especially stuff that we get to look at, like old photos and, stuff that was printed or developed, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago. And that's what we've got here. A 1996 issue of E-Ticket magazine. This is going to be Bill Evans creating the Disney landscape. He was a landscaper at Disneyland, and so that's probably what our focus is going to be in this episode or this issue. And we're going to get to see a lot of vintage photographs, I'm sure, including this cartoon of the Jungle Cruise going down one of the many rivers with the Tarzan's, or actually this is going to be the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse hanging overhead. So let's take a look at Disney's Jungle Adventures. The main gate, I suppose, is like the editorial. Let me see if I can't get this in frame a little better. And there he is. That's Bill Evans right there, director of Disney Landscape, with a very long intro. We're going to just basically look at the images that we find here, and that's what we'll be talking about. Got a marquee poster here for Adventureland. Doesn't that look amazing? Disneyland posters with the Adventureland theme. I actually have this poster right here, which is very nice. It's one of my favorite Jungle Cruise posters. Creating the Disney landscape. This is just an interview, I guess. Oh my gosh. That's a photo of the Haunted Mansion. Look at all those flowers. Wow. Here's a shot from, let's see, where are we? That's the backside of the Rivers of America, just after you've made your right turn, after passing the Hungry Bear. Matter of fact, the Mark Twain is probably just past the Mike Fink keelboats. And here's them planting some trees out front of this. Is in Fantasyland. First year landscaping for the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship. Bill Evans found this Senegalese date palm in a Los Angeles neighborhood displaced by freeway construction. Where they are right now, guys, is basically where the Storybook Land canal boats would be, I think, or very close to it. Oh my gosh, they're transporting a tree in here. But there's no caption, so I'm not going to be able to tell you right away where this is. Oh, but it looks like that's where they put it, which, as best as I can tell, is the Jungle Cruise. Right behind, you can see right here, that is what is now Aladdin's Oasis. So you can use your own memory there to tell you where that is. This must be a fascinating story. I think they're planting shrubbery for the Matterhorn. Fill the cement bucket with planter mix, add a tree, add a gardener, and haul all three of them to the top. Oh my gosh, they just carried that. They mean put a bunch of cement up there with mix and a tree and a gardener, get him up there, and he'll plant it. That's how they used to do it back in the day. Man. Now, where are we? This looks like the hub. Okay, so there's the castle, there's the hub, so Main Street is right here. There's the Jolly Holiday Today. And that is what is now Princess Fantasy Fair. Look at all the greenery though, you guys. We've lost some of that and we're losing more every day. Wow. Do you guys know where this is? 2 examples of frontier landscaping with transplanted trees. This beautiful meadow was once found near the railroad tunnel in Frontierland's farthest corner. Can you locate the scene at the right? It's still in Disneyland today, so let's locate this scene first. There are 2 tunnels. If you go to Frontierland today, and you go to Big Thunder Trail, which runs along the length of Big Thunder, there are 2 tunnels on your left. That is one of them, I'm betting. It has to be, right? That looks like it's going to be... Well, I'm not sure which one that is, but just what I can't get over is how much greenery there is. How much, just wild land. Now, can we locate the scene on the right? Oh, yes. I'll bet you anything. This is the right turn just before it goes through this tunnel. Okay. This isn't there anymore. The track is still there. If you were to take the Mark Twain, as a matter of fact, let's go back to, where were we? Yeah, if you take the Mark Twain right over here on this, there's a train trail. The train tracks go through right by there. So that's where this, the Rivers of America are just to the left of this photo. And the train is going to turn right and head into the tunnel and make its way over to what is now Big Thunder. Here again, can you guys figure out where we are now? Because it doesn't look anything like this today. So let's just make a few observations here. We're at the hub, okay? We're at the hub facing Fantasyland. This path, this is before the Matterhorn was even built. This is the path you take to go to the Matterhorn right here. Those things would be going right through it. Okay. Right here is the where you meet Tinkerbell. That's the old Monsanto House of the Future. Here we go. Pathways lead past the Monsanto House of the Future towards Snow Mountain. They called it Snow Mountain back here, or Holiday Hill, before they built the Matterhorn and the Skyway. This 1957 photo shows landscaped areas of open grass and an olive tree transplanted from a San Fernando Valley plantation. So just try to imagine now, there's the Matterhorn right there, and right here's where you meet Tinkerbell, and there's a little beautiful, beautiful little light show that they do in the little, I don't know what I'm going to call it, pond. But the other thing I wanted to notice is these fellas sitting here on this bench, just chilling, all of them in 3-piece suits and fedoras. I mean, it really was how it was done back then. Amazing. And here's a overhead view of the Jungle Cruise. This is a lot to take in here. The recently added Lost Safari and African Veldt scenes are easy to find in this 1965 aerial photo of Adventureland. Nearly the entire waterway and most of the jungle boats are visible from this elevation. Only the rapids of Kilimanjaro, the native village, and Schweitzer Falls are hidden by jungle foliage. Other details include construction underway for the new Ornament Square and near Schweitzer Falls, the backside of Main Street. So here's something that we can hear it. The train travels right by here. Let's see, wait a second. Where are we? If that's Main Street, okay, now I know where we are. There's the train. I had it turned around. The train travels this way. You can often hear, this is where the hippos are. When you go by on the train, you can often hear them firing the pistols at the hippos. Here's Main Street right here. Wow. This is backstage. We get to walk through here now whenever there's a parade. Collectibles from Adventureland. You could have gotten your own little jungle boat. Oh my gosh, you could have bought this as a toy. That's neat. The Swiss Family Treehouse. Got concept art which looks wonderful. A treehouse can be an exciting fantasy, as this early concept design, done for the film, certainly demonstrates. With its primeval atmosphere, you almost expect dinosaurs, not elephants, to erupt from the underbrush nearby. And then there's the finished product that you could have seen back in the day. The treehouse at left, as it will be built on the island of Tobago, appears in this beautiful studio drawing from 1960. That's this that they're drawing here. Many elements of the film's treehouse set were faithfully recreated for the park attraction, the Swiss Family Treehouse below, as it appears in Disneyland's Adventureland. It doesn't say what year, but I'm guessing it's going to be in the 90s, just based on the dress, the way that they're dressed. Look at that photo. The thatched roof and tied bamboo construction from the film was later used to good effect in the Disney attractions. To the right, which what we're looking at now, is a color portrait of the finished movie set. Oh, this is the movie set. I was going to say, that didn't look like Disneyland. With a few of the production crew members working at its base. If you look closely, if you pretend to climb the stairs, the fun and fantasy of a home built high in the forest will quickly come to mind. And they're so right, and that's how I feel when I go to Disneyland. You can lose yourself. If they do it right, you can lose yourself in the completeness of the environment. So this is the actual filming set for the Swiss Family Robinson. If you guys haven't seen that movie, you really should. It's quite wonderful. And I definitely would love to live in that treehouse. And this is what it looks like. It's fake. This is what it looks like being built. This series of photographs illustrate the construction story of the Swiss Family Treehouse in this April 1962 construction shot. The tree's central pedestal supports the steel main branches as they are lowered into position by a crane. And guests could have walked by here in the middle of the book. Guests could have walked by and seen the tree being built. Wow. And that's got to be the rivers of America. My goodness. In the July 1962 photo below, much of the treehouse is completed, moving within an immense scaffolding system. That's this picture in the center. Workers attach over 300,000 vinyl leaves and blossoms to treehouse branches. The completed and popular Swiss Family Treehouse attraction on the right as it looked in 1966. Wow. Doesn't it seem like it has a much smaller footprint today, the Tarzan Treehouse? It feels like it's not that big. Here's some interiors. These are wonderful. It's too bad we can't have this treehouse today. Most people would agree that it's superior to the Tarzan Treehouse, but if you know the story, you know that we either have Tarzan's Treehouse or we have no treehouse at all today. Look at that. Look at Walt just chilling at the entrance to Adventureland. Walt Disney is presumably pondering improvements to his Adventureland area in this early photograph of the jungle entrance. It's fun to wonder what the guy in back is photographing so carefully while the world's first Imagineer stands unnoticed nearby. That is an excellent question. What is this guy doing? What are any of these folks doing? How is he? That's Walt Disney. And I love how they play it down. He's just, the world's first Imagineer. He's the world's greatest Imagineer. The greatest showman, the greatest entertainer of all time. Jungle Cruise Journeys. There's Walt piloting one of the Jungle Cruise boats. Wow, look at how graphic this scene is of a lion eating a zebra. There's bone and gristle and blood. They couldn't get away with that today, for sure. What kind of jokes would they have to tell to get you to not believe that they're eating, a leg of a zebra right there? Lots and lots of Jungle Cruise boats. Look at how treeless the queue is for the Jungle Cruise. There's so many trees out there today. Take a quick stop over at the Fantasylands Theater. This is where Pinocchio is today. There's the facade. Just imagine Pinocchio being there right now. Another shot of the Fantasyland Theater. And this is where you order your back issues. I wonder if I could still get this today. And there you go. We'll close with a shot of Walt Disney showing off one of his Jungle Cruise boats. Walt Disney proudly displays a boat from the model of his Jungle Cruise ride in Adventureland. The 1955 Disneyland television audience was offered regular updates on the progress of the new park, and often beautiful models of the rides under construction were used as TV props. Here, only the upper hull was fabricated, so the boat would seem to float when placed on the glass river of the full ride model. And there you go, guys. That is the e-ticket magazine. We've got lots of these, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these for you. But let us know what you thought. If you want to see more, let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you. Bye.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Star Wars Land updates from the Knothole Gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked by joining our Patreon campaign or by buying a Fresh Baked t-shirt. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!